All right, we good. All right. Hey, Raider Nation, how you guys doing tonight? Welcome to another great episode of The Unfiltered Truth. Oh,
What?
oh, that's right. But here's the crossover event. Here's the final crossover event we've been all waiting for.
Oh yeah.
Nah. Wait, hold on a second.
Oh, yes.
Are you playing right now? Why does it sound like that?
This man.
How's this shit broken already?
His shit already broken.
We just started.
Lord
just fine.
Jesus help us. Yo. Yo, we gotta donate.
Everyone send money.
donate
Send money to Cory for a new phone.
Wow.
And
Oh shit!
this is how we start.
This is how we
Damn
start.
And I thought I was gonna be the one holding us back. And I'm
This is
like,
our damn.
no,
Look, the crossover right here. Shit.
we're gonna be doing it without Big Cory. Well, I hope you're entertaining today, Meeze, because it looks like you're all we got.
I think I might have the Omnicorn, whatever it's called, because I got a slight sore throat and a little bit of a cold. So
Look, he popped up like Beetlejuice. There you
he's
go.
back. There he comes. Got the headphones.
Are you serious now? He got the headphones on now. It's about to go down.
You good, Cory?
You good?
This is just good content all around.
Absolute
Facts.
top tier. Don't get no better than
Just
this right
Cory looking confused at his phone.
here. Me with no picture, no background on the freeway driving in traffic, bumper to bumper.
Me with KD knocking out LeBron James in the background and the GOAT. Steph
Yeah,
Curry.
I don't know what's going on, man. I think I have to get the thing is like real high pitch. Like if everything's in fast forward, like I thought you was playing because it was so good.
Oh shit! Damn. But anywho, we all here.
I'll be right back.
Oh, this motherfucker.
All right, let's start.
Look, y'all know Big Cory here. He gonna be right back. Meeze is here. Phil Robinson
Yes,
the third at the bottom,
Bouncing
traveling
in
through
and
the
out.
mountains, picking up
Hey,
hitchhikers.
hold on a second.
And this is just falling off the rail faster than
Boom! There
the
goes
Burning
the
Man. And then it was me and you again, Phil.
Hey, bro, you know, yo, bro, they went faster than the damn snap off of Thanos.
Man, I'm here to tell you.
Look,
Need a magic chime or something.
they were like,
Well-
damn, disappeared.
This is looking real ragtag. I'm gonna have to tell everybody, make sure that they show up at the proper time at 7:30 next time. Gee, Cory over here throwing everything off
I mean, you know he on CP time.
and still trying to call himself being early. See, this is what happens when brothers try to do something early, fresh off of work. It go down like this.
He got that Allegiant Wi-Fi.
The White Wine showed up.
Oh shit!
All right. I had
That's
a run.
real.
I had
What
a
kind of
run.
wine is it?
She's got a Wine of the Month club. One of her friends signed her up for. So
Okay.
It's 2 bottles. Not sure what's in them, but it's some pretty good stuff.
Hey, you know, it be hitting, man. That San Antonio wine, man, that should be hitting.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had any San Antonio wine.
Yeah, we have Napa out here, bro. We don't need to worry about San Antonio.
And if we get bored of Napa, we got Paso Robles.
Yeah,
This
we
man.
got wine out here. We don't need to worry about that,
Even Temecula if need be.
right?
Anywho, yo, so week 13, must-win game, Raiders versus that team that does not have a name, the Washington football team. I'm gonna just go off the bat and say this: Raiders gotta come out scoring. I mean, yeah, it could be a shit show, a dog shit show, but that first opportunity you get and you can fucking score, you got to go and just do it. I shouldn't be having to look at, well, you know, we're about 2-3 plays from something happening. Nah, you talk about you want to go in the playoffs. Y'all got to do it. It's that simple.
The problem is that we're not very good at football. And there's Cory again.
There we go.
Welcome back.
I can hear you guys.
It's
All
for
right.
about 5 minutes.
Third time's the charm. What I'll say is like we're just not that good at football. When you look at our schedule and our wins and losses, like we might have played 2 or 3 really good games, and then the rest of them had kind of been like, yeah, we could have won, could have not won, and then there's the ones that are like we had 3 games where we were just we had no business even playing football that day. And it all really depends on who shows up because it doesn't seem to matter what kind of team it is because we've shown up against the Ravens and then we've not shown up against the Dolphins. That Dolphin game, I was telling Cory, we should have won that game going away, and we barely squeaked it out. And we're playing another team that's kind of similar where they do a couple good things. They got McLaurin, he's a beast, got him in my fantasy, but it's a team that we should be able to shut down, and it's a team that we should be able to score on because they don't have 2 of their best D linemen. So we should be running it up, but I don't have a lot of faith that we will. That's where I stand.
Seriously, I mean, you should be able to take advantage of that, even if it's not with Jacobs. Take advantage of it with Kenyon Drake.
Yeah,
right. Where I stand on it is this: is opportunity is there, and opportunities multiply when they're seized, and this is one that needs to be seized. All of these games coming down the stretch, everybody's talking about who needs to beat whom in order to get some help. I'm like, listen, all the Raiders need to do is take care of their business. If they take care of their business, they belong in the playoffs. If they don't, they do not. It's quite simple. But going up against this Washington team, they are grimy as all hell, and they're missing guys. So they're going to be up here trying to muck up the game. I fully expect Del Rio to send the house each and every play because without Landon Collins, they got a bad secondary as it is. And without the only piece that's somewhat legitimate back there, they got nothing to lose but to attack every single play. This is one where they should be, like you said, if they block, they tackle and execute, they should have no problems with this. It should be a cakewalk. But I've seen this Washington football team beat the Buccaneers by just overwhelming them with griminess.
Do you think this is gonna be the kind of game? You think this is gonna be the kind of game where like Del Rio's like, fuck it, go get Derek Carr because I know his ass is scary. Like, like they're going after him specifically because like they got bit on the other side of that shit, and I know as soon as he gets scary, he just start chucking it and throwing it. You think it's gonna be shit like that, or do you think it's gonna be like a Derek Carr revenge game where he kind of fucking shows that he grown now?
It's going to be a combination of the two. He's going to get a play or 2 off, but I fully expect Del Rio to send everyone every single play, and blanket his short receivers because that's really their only chance of winning is to get Derek Carr to throw them the ball. Because other than that, when you look on paper and you go pros and cons, this is an overwhelmingly tilted matchup in the Raiders' favor. Washington don't have any interior linemen except for their center.
You might want to take that back.
Their injury report has 3 of their guards listed as questionable.
The center's questionable, but I'm talking to my guy that's with Washington football team, and he's saying it's a wing and a prayer for him right now.
Hashtag
for the
sources.
center. So they're all their interior offensive linemen are
yeah.
Wow.
So one thing I wanted to talk about was kind of like the big picture of the season where, especially in the AFC, we don't see like a top tier team. There's just a bunch of teams that are kind of muddled between like 1 and 7. And then there's another group that can make the playoffs that can kind of overlap, like another 3 or 4 teams that if they made the playoffs, like it's whatever. And I think we're kind of in that last tier where if we hit a couple games, we're in. But there's nobody that's really scares us on our schedule, but at the same time, we hold us back, right? So going forward, if the team can figure out some sort of consistency, like take those deep shots, man. Like we haven't done it, and you see what happens. The other team gets in trouble when it happens. Like,
I was thinking about something like that too, though. Hold on.
Yeah.
We talk about how the AFC is kind of and I never like being the stats dude, but I guess I kind of got caught up in it through this little graphic, and I saw the passing leaders. Everybody saw where Derek Carr is leading the league in passing and shit now, right?
Yeah.
Not just that, it was Carr and it was Herbert and it was Mahomes, and I was like, damn, the whole AFC West is getting off. Is it really that there's not really that much competition, or is it because the competition is stiff? Like everybody has gunslingers, so everybody's really in every game. Do you think it's something like that?
I think there's a lot of bad games that get played though. Like when who got smoked by the Chargers? Was it the Bills?
No.
When the
Damn, and the Broncos smoked somebody too. They didn't have no business smoking.
Yeah, and so that's the thing is that all these teams, the Cowboys,
They smoked.
all these teams have these like glaring flaws, and if they get exposed, then we beat the Cowboys too. Like we just exposed their secondary. So if the other team can get a hold,
person
and make it happen. If every team has a big weakness, then that means that there's no real solid team. And I mean, the Chiefs have it too, where their defense is atrocious. Their run defense is horrible.
Yeah.
That is really crazy, man. So then you look at the picture, if everything is so muddled and fucked up like that, right? Are the Raiders really that shitty? I mean,
No.
You got to grade on the curve a little bit, right?
Yeah. We're a C now because of the curve.
Damn.
No, I mean,
think,
yeah, you do, and when you look at that, and when you talk about it like the way you do, is it
Go ahead, Phil.
No, so you do kind of got a grade on the curve because nobody is dominant, but at the same time, this is usually about that time in the season where the cream starts to rise to the top, because somebody's got to take a hold of this and somebody's got to go on a run, find their consistency, get their guys back. And you would say, why not the Raiders? They're getting guys back now. Trayvon Mullen can play, but then you have their couple of injuries, but they got another winnable game against the WFT. I'm tired of saying the whole name. Them other dudes in maroon, but this should be a game that we shouldn't even be talking about. There should be no apprehension. We should know that if they're a playoff team, this is what they're gonna do this is what they gotta do in order to take care of business.
Yeah.
So if I'm hearing it right, because we're talking about the big picture type of shit, and then we keep coming back to this game, is the big picture really, like, is this a game breaker kind of thing? Like, if this game is lost, then there is no big picture? Is that what it sounds like through all of y'all?
Nah.
So this is actually the last probably losable game they have on the schedule. Everything else, I believe, will be an AFC game, and they need to win all of those.
Yeah.
They'll play the Colts, they'll play the Chiefs, they'll play the Broncos, they'll play the Chargers. They win all of those games, they secure their own playoff spots and knock off two of those teams.
Damn.
That's a tall order.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot.
It is what it is. That's what it is. And so when people yell at me and call me a hater because Mr. Negativity and all that other bullshit they be saying on my timeline because I hit them with an ultra heavy dose of the truth, that's what we're facing. If they can't beat these teams,
really say like that, you're like, okay, as long as we beat bam, 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 we might get in.
I mean, Phil, somebody had to take the beating this week. One of the Phils had to.
Somebody's going to sneak into the playoffs with 9-7. You know?
Oh, ain't no 9-7. Remember,
ain't no 9-7. It's got to be
9-8, 10-7, 9-8, 9-8. That's what I wanted to go with. 9-8. Just because these teams, I don't think 7 teams are going to pick up and take off all at once, right? There's going to be 1 or 2. I mean, let's face it. We know who the Super Bowl is going to be. It's going to be Brady and Belichick, because Belichick's that's just what he does.
If the Bills put a foot in their ass Sunday, that might be the difference maker.
But they've been bad.
Yeah, they have. They bounce back.
They bounce back.
Too.
'Cause, 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 They bounced back. They had a big game on Thanksgiving night.
They're
So
up and down.
Yeah.
Weren't they playing the Saints too?
And that's the thing. There it is again. Is that at the beginning of the season, the Bills looked like cream of the crop, and then the Bills and the Ravens,
like world.
they looked like they were going to just run away with the AFC, and it was going to be them in the championship. And now 5 weeks after that, we're like, we think it's the Bills, we think it's the Ravens, but they could both be exposed, and they can be exposed by bad teams. That's the thing. Is like the Broncos are out here blowing people out, like what's going on right now.
Well, I think they're all winning different kind of games. You know what I'm saying? When you take a look at the Bills winning games and you take a look at the Ravens winning games, it's almost like the sheer will of their quarterback and the sheer will of their defense, whether it's going to be a good game plan or not. Because the game plan is kind of like, Lamar, what you got? You know what I'm saying? And Lamar got their ass all the way to victory. That's just them being. At what point in time does it not matter? Like, because I think all the teams that go into the playoffs are well coached teams. I like to think.
Right. I think that's what's going to end up.
Talent just stop. Like, that's not enough. Because I think we got as much talent as all those other people, but I think we just kind of trying to rah our way into the playoffs.
So I'm going back through and looking at the Bills. When they had all their losses, it was the one thing that stuck out to me.
They had less points.
They could throw, they could put up yards, they could put up the points that they needed to at the time, or they weren't. They couldn't run the football. That was the one thing that's been always hurting the Bills. That was the one thing that hurt the Bills last year when they went up against the Chiefs in the AFC West Championship. When they can't get at least 100 yards in that game, they suck. You can beat them.
Damn.
So does that mean if they get behind, they're not a come from behind team? Because then they have to rely on the pass, right?
Bingo. If they, like I said, you can't get 100 yards with the Bills' offense rushing.
It's kind of like the Ravens for 3 quarters, and then all of a sudden Lamar's like, "Wait, I remember how to throw now. Let's do this."
Coaching and stuff does kind of matter because when I look at the Redskins and you guys talk about, I mean, I'm not just going back to the game, but I think I got a big picture. When I look at the Redskins, they really don't have a whole lot of threats to you, right? But I was watching one of their last games, and it seems like a simple running game, but it's complex as shit. Like, their play designs are crazy. They really got nice play design, and I think whoever it is that's drawing that shit up sometimes is making a lot out of absolutely nothing. That's like a 2014 Raiders offense sometimes it looks like out there. And they're scoring points and they're running the ball like crazy, and the short game is crazy.
Well, you know what's funny? It's funny you say that. It's Noah Turner's son, so that's Scott Turner running that offense. And they've always that's one of the staple points that he was able to use back in Carolina when they were having that success.
That is Turner football.
So when you look at it, it's like, oh man, we can handle it's just basic. It's basically basic fundamentals that they're using to get the advantage over like any opponent. You just have to. Sometimes you might have to use a little bit more strength on the guy to get around it, or you just gonna have to outthink him. So if let's say you're running a play over the Max's side against the run, Max is going to have to really stay home. He can't shoot inside. He's going to have to stay contained and then try to work his way. I wouldn't say work his way outside. Just maintain, like, whoever's trying to get him out to the side, just maintain, get in front. If you got eyes on that running back, stay home. Don't let him get past you.
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously we all known that since 9th grade or some shit like that, right? Or maybe before that.
I mean, shit, you think, right?
Yeah, no, that's fundamental shit. But I'm saying, like, that's where the differences are. I think when you go into the playoffs, like when Meeze was saying, you know who it's going to be. It's going to be Belichick. You don't even really think about what the Patriots are. You think about what Belichick is, and that's how they get to the playoffs.
You got a point. You got a point on that, Meeze. And what you just said right there too, Corey, because that was the funny thing I kept trying to say with folks, like with Belichick. Everybody's like, "Oh, he's done." I'm like, "Nah." He allowed folks to opt out so they wouldn't, have their family at risk with COVID or their careers at risk of COVID last year. So he chopped that in and took that L.
They were whack for Mac.
And then everybody came back in this year.
Is he good? Is he good? Or is
I don't know.
Yeah.
Who, Belichick?
No idea. No.
Oh, you talking about Mac?
They would. I mean, Mac. If you look at Brady's career, like when it first started, like they kept that leash on him tight, and it looks exactly like what they're doing with Mac.
Exactly.
Like you can do this, you can do that, but you can't do this other stuff. So he can do what they're asking him to do right now. Whether he can pick up the offense and master it like Brady, I mean, we find that out in year 3 and 4, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. Because, I just assumed that he wasn't really that good. And then I start watching. I'm like, well, they're in every single fucking game. I guess he does seem kind of good. And I'm trying to wonder, like, how much of that is the kid and how much of that is Bill Belichick? And is that where we're going to suffer in the playoffs? Like, is our offense coached by Derek Carr? Is our offense coached by Greg Olsen? Is our offense coached by Versace? Like, who is coaching our offense? And the same thing goes for the defense. And if that's the case, like who's coaching the whole team?
Yeah.
It seems.
So, I mean, Biscaccia, he's coaching the whole team, but I mean, like, as a leader, but you're going to allow your coordinators to actually do their thing. So Bradley going to do his thing. Olsen's going to do his thing. But you said something that stuck out. Is Derek Carr coaching this offense? I went back and looked at a couple of games. Go back to the Philly game and go back to the Philly game. Go back to it. Notice how the offense looked a lot different than what we were seeing before?
Yeah.
Notice that it seemed to open up more. We started seeing more plays that were being successful. And now we go down in that 3-game skid.
Yeah.
We go back and see those basic shitty ass plays that we were struggling to score in.
Run, pass.
Right. Meeze hates that shit.
Run,
tell me. Now it's funny. Everybody's thinking it's Olsen, but Olsen wasn't the offensive coordinator when John Gruden was there. I mean, he's the offensive. He wasn't calling the plays. He's the offensive coordinator, but he wasn't calling the plays. Think about it.
I mean, all I see is that we've sucked with Gruden and we're good with Gruden. We've sucked without Gruden and been good without Gruden. I don't know. All it tells me is I don't think we got good coaching.
Okay, so
we got it,
Matt. I guess, Matt, I'm too high to really get to that point, but maybe he speaks my language a little bit. Yeah. I'm saying, like, how good or bad is this coaching?
If we meet a good coach in the playoffs, we're not going to win. Unless they have like serious deficiencies at certain positions on their team. Like we can beat them during the regular season. Like I think we could beat the Patriots in the regular season. I don't think we could beat the Patriots in the playoffs.
Damn.
Unless Belichick needs it, then he's gonna smoke us. That guy's a genius, dude. He remember when they won that Super Bowl where he stopped the Chargers, which were like ranked number 4 in offense. Then he stopped the Chiefs
in a row.
It was the number 1 or 2, and then he stopped the fucking Rams, which was the other 1 or 2. Like he's in a row, they gave up like 20 points combined to the 3 top offenses in the fucking league. Like that dude's different. He's just different.
You remember
he's gonna have Derek Carr sucking on a fucking whatever those little kid pacifiers are. Like, it's not going to be fun if we have to play him.
You remember when he took Troy Brown off the offense
and put him in the
at
secondary
in the corner?
And he sucked, but then he made the play that made the big difference.
Yeah.
He said.
And then he was a genius.
Dog, I used to hate that shit. I was like, what the fuck is he doing? When I first saw it, and then I was like, you know gotta be shitting me.
But you got to think about how good and bad coaching is. And you guys, just because I'm everywhere. But I was watching the Instagram clip today. It was an NFL throwback of the Lions. I think it was 2009. And they had Josh McCown playing slot receiver.
Oh, shit.
It wasn't like a gimmick 1 or 2 plays. He was out there blocking.
That motherfucker went out there and caught that damn pass.
No, he had like 7 receptions. He played the whole game as a slot. It wasn't a gimmick. And I was just thinking, like, fuck. What?
Was Scott Mitchell the quarterback?
I've been a bad Raiders fan for a long time. I don't think I've ever seen it that bad where we put our old, slow backup quarterback in the play slot. I say that to say this. Our coaching is bad, but I've seen much worse.
Yeah, no, you right.
Are we approaching those kinds of levels? Like, are we approaching like horrible coaching, or we just not good enough to?
We're just not
good enough.
We're not good enough to get by with this roster when we play a real good team.
Is this roster really that bad?
That's all right.
We say it's not bad.
It's mediocre. It's got big holes.
I say the big holes is definitely like within that run defense. Definitely, that's the biggest hole of them all.
And then the run line too.
You give Andy the roster and he don't lose.
What you say?
I said if you give Andy Reid this roster, he doesn't lose. Like, I don't think this roster is that bad.
I think Andy Reid would have this team playing better on offense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look what he did with Alex Smith.
I can't believe that, bro.
Dude, he had him throwing for like 400 yards a game the whole season.
This motherfucker wasn't throwing to a damn receiver at all.
Propped up.
Like, not one receiving touchdown. I was like, how the hell is he doing that shit?
Okay, so going into the second part of the season, right? So this is a different Raiders team a little bit. It's a different Raiders team, at least on the defense. You take a look at the front four, and they're really the heart, right?
Right.
Do you think, since this is energized, and this is something that's a little bit different than what we're expecting, do you think we can expect to have a different second half? Because it's not dependent on Derek Carr. It's dependent on the defense.
I don't know if that's necessarily true.
It ain't true.
The defense, I think the defense has been more consistent than the offense, but man, they look really bad at times. And the thing that we would talk about at the beginning of the season was getting off the field, and we were getting off the field when it mattered, and we're not getting off the field right now. Even in the games that we are winning, like, we're letting teams stay in. We let Denver stick around. I think we kind of killed Philly. The score looks a little closer, but
that comes. We let teams score. That comes back, going conservative with the offense. Like, you got a big lead, but you have this amount of time on the clock.
Right.
If you got this is not we're gonna be, we're not gonna be an asshole to a team. Fuck that. They don't care about you.
We need 3 scores.
You gotta score again.
Yeah, we put
score again.
We stop when we have a 2-score lead, and that's the most frustrating thing because we know exactly what's going to happen in the next 15 minutes. That the team's going to get the ball, they're going to score, and then we're going to go 3 and out, and then they're going to score again, and then it's kind of a crapshoot on whoever has the ball last, and that's the team that's going to win. And that's frustrating as fuck when you look at all these close games. That if we had kept the gas on the pedal, like maybe we've won 2 more games.
Yeah.
Why are we not all fucking rich in Vegas? Because we already know how every Raider game is gonna go every day, right?
Because we're also not doing the other shit that people don't think about. like that's also on their plate. They're also worried about rotations. The coach is worried about, this and that, what's coming up in the next week. Like they have all this other shit on their mind. Should I call a timeout now? Or are we going for 2 now? Like, but I think that's shit that coaches should delegate out. And I don't think I think it's an ego thing that they're the ones that do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's how we've always done it. Right? That's a lot of life overall, not just football, is because that's how we've always done it.
Yeah.
Why do we send broadcasters to the games? Why do we set up all this shit? Oh, because that's how we've always done it.
Yeah.
They could do that shit from a studio. Like the shit ain't different, right? That's how we've always done it.
So do you think this would be the time to do it a little bit different?
I don't think coaches have the balls. Look how long it took for everyone to go for it on 4th down. Like we've known for over 20 years that going for it, like high schools are killing it, not going on for it, never punting. They don't have a punter. They don't have a field goal kicker. they were just going for it in 2001.
Right.
And it's barely in the last 5 years that it's caught up in the NFL because no one wanted to be the first guy to do that.
And who was?
Riverboat Ron, maybe?
Yeah.
Is that how he got his name?
Yeah.
I guess he was one of the first to be a little more cavalier about it.
Belichick was kind of, but no, you're right. I remember when it was Ron, he was just fuck it, go for it. Like
I think Belichick would do it on the other side of the 50, but Riverboat Ron was the first one that would do it on like his own 40. So.
Ooh, let's see this, because we were talking about that second half, and I just want to take a look at something.
The schedule looks nice, and there's games.
I don't even know. Hey, I just heard something. I heard that we don't even have to worry about who's good and who's not because somebody was flipping this coin around, and we're already 10-7.
Yeah.
So we worry about the damn coin.
So we win this game, right?
So wait, what's the coin say?
The coin says we win.
Okay. I mean, I believe the coin, not because the coin said it, just because I don't think this team's very good.
You don't think this team's very good? Remember at the beginning of the year when everybody was woofing that Washington was going to be so good?
Yeah.
And was it just
everyone thought their defense was going to be really good? I don't know if they thought their offense was going to be very good.
Well, they just thought Chase Young and Montez Sweat together. That's crazy, and they don't have either one.
And they weren't very good when they had them.
No, Chase Young was pretty good.
No, they weren't. The team wasn't very good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
But I'm looking forward, like, we can lose to the Chiefs. We can lose to the Browns. We should beat the Broncos. We should beat the Colts. Chargers, I don't know. Chargers are doing that Jekyll and Hyde shit.
I don't know. Sometimes, you know why the Colts game? I don't like the Colts game.
Why?
They play smash mouth fuck you football with Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, I'll be rooting for Jonathan Taylor that day.
If you hold him, damn,
that should be my Super Bowl.
Nah.
What's that?
If you can hold Jonathan Taylor under 100 yards like Tampa Bay did, you're going to win that game.
Okay, but how many people have been able to do that this year? Have you been watching him play football?
I've been watching. I said, I said, if I ain't say we are, I'm saying that's an if.
Here's the thing. It's not about holding them to under 100. It's about getting the lead on them so they can't use Jonathan Taylor.
Well, that too. Right. But you gotta continue. You can't just go into conservative mode. And that's one of our problems. We'll have games where, even going back to last year, the fucking Miami game, you had plenty of time to score. Or when you had the lead and shit. Oh, yeah, we're just going to kick a field goal here. What the fuck?
Here's the thing. Like, when we lost those...
Hollering.
When did we lose? 3 games in a row? When we lost those games in a row, 3 in a row, we weren't stretching the defense out. And it doesn't matter if Zay Jones sucks. And now we got Jackson, but throw it up there anyway. Who fucking cares? Like, you got to make them believe that you're more than just a fucking dink and dunk offense. You gotta instill some sort of fear into the safeties and get them out of the fucking box. And and that's all coaching. So I don't know. You guys were saying if Derek Carr was calling the plays or not, but you got to stretch that defense out and take the chance.
Just real quick, I think it's unfair to say Zay Jones sucks after he.
I'm not saying he sucks. I'm saying like people think that he sucks.
Oh, okay.
People think he's that much worse than. I mean, look, Ruggs was getting off to a nice start, but he wasn't fucking D-Jack 6 years ago. Like that's not what Ruggs was. Ruggs was like fucking Hollywood Brown 3 years ago. You know, like making some good deep plays, but you can't really rely on him that much. You know what I mean? So we got to you know, people blow it out of proportion on how good he was. I think the potential was there for him to be a fucking phenomenal player. It hadn't been reached yet, and so we're not missing this phenomenal player. We're missing this player that's like pretty good and makes a few plays a game,
but
right?
Stretches the defense
right?
out.
But stretches the defense out, and so stretch the defense out 3 to 5 times a game, and then everything else opens up underneath.
Yeah, that's exactly
2 great underneath players.
That's what you were saying before that fucking last shitty game. You were saying that.
I say it all the time.
Yeah.
Ever since we lost Ruggie, like I was like, dude, fucking throw the ball deep anyway. Who cares?
Yeah.
Throw the fucking Renfro deep. Who gives a shit?
Everybody gives a shit because he ain't scared of nobody going deep.
It don't matter. If you throw the ball deep, they gotta cover it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
let's get Cory. Let's get Cory to yell about something. Cory, what crispy chicken sucks.
Oh shit, man! Don't get that man started on his damn crispy chicken.
I don't know. That somehow it seems like a racist conversation.
Oh.
It doesn't seem like a racist conversation. I just felt like that's the easiest way to get out of that conversation.
When there was the other field, this felt like nah. Yeah. Let's go. What's the next topic?
Yeah.
All right.
Did you
you gonna get me in trouble?
FCC gonna be like, yo, what the fuck going on, homie?
You're gonna have Dr. Umar gifts underneath this thread on Twitter.
We gotta beat him up now. I don't know. Did I miss something?
No, I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. Good, because I don't really think I can do it. I'm tired.
He said I'm tired.
What happened to the other field?
Bro, you know, look, y'all motherfuckers be riding in those mountains and shit out in California and all. The motherfuckers be having bad reception and shit. He probably trying to look. He either got stuck in traffic and he's in a bad service area, or the motherfucker gonna finally eventually get home and try to jump on and shit.
Right when we're logging off.
Right.
Hey, yo, he's done that shit before. Where it was like, I said, you about like 35, 45 minutes late.
I've done this shit before, maybe a couple times.
Today, maybe.
Today was a jacked up situation. I had some technical difficulties.
Well, you were still 20 minutes late before you had technical difficulties.
No. Difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was probably going to be a couple minutes late anyway, but for the most part, it was because of the computer shit. But I'm here now. I don't know why we get into that kind of stuff.
Y'all heard him.
Now, you guys going to any more of the Raiders games this year?
I'm going to Denver.
You're going to Denver? Yeah, I want to go to a game, but I don't think I want to go to a high-ass Vegas game.
I mean, it's in Vegas, but it ain't gonna be hot in December, is it?
Nah. The motherfucker was saying that it was.
I'm ready to tailgate.
Do they tailgate or no?
They have tailgates.
I'll tailgate Meeze because Meeze will fuck up a tri-tip. I'll tailgate with him.
Hey, I think Jerry said the same damn thing about that.
It's famous.
I throw down. I had everyone with my meat in their mouth, like just praising me.
What the fuck did you say? What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Like, I've recorded with you. I started to trust you. Like, it's 3 episodes in a row where you were building trust, and here you are. You still a fucking what's wrong with you?
I'm like a Black Widow just sitting there waiting, and I just sit there and just sit there, and and just sit there. You're like walking all over me, and I'm just sitting there, and I bite your ass.
What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
I told you, look, this motherfucker. Told you he raced his ass all the way home.
And then here's his problem. What the
Look,
fuck? What just happened?
He's at home. He made it home, didn't he?
This nigga popped up like
yeah, like some 3-6 mafia shit, like some devil shit, and left real quick.
And this motherfucker pop up. Beetlejuice.
The theatrics of it all.
Yeah, you got graphics and shit. I don't have nothing. I got some curtains from Ross. Yeah, it was. They do the job. It was hot.
That's all it got to do, you know.
Yeah,
as long as it gets the job done, that's all that matters.
You got the 24-inch pythons. The rest of us don't have that, so you know we got to dress up the background. You got them all. You got the guns all out in the front.
I just got a regular fucking shirt on. I'm just fucking covering my stomach up because I'm still hella full. Y'all know I eat for real, for real.
This man said I eat for real, for real.
You missed it, other Phil, and they concluded that the Raiders are just a very poorly coached team. As soon as we run into a team that's well coached, we're gonna be fucked up, and the season sucks. And yeah, basically that's it. So
were you looking for me to argue? Because the truth of the matter is this: is that is it going to come down to coaching? Everybody likes to say coaching. It's going to come down to your quarterback. If your quarterback is going to be able to be that coach on the field to execute the offense, because he's the one that knows all the plays. He's the one that knows which ones to switch to when he's confronted with certain types of defense. If he's going to come out there and you know what I'm saying, and let them balls dangle and swing and be that man, then we'd be good to go. But if he gonna curl up and into a little ball like a little old poodle, it's gonna be what it is. Now we
you know he just want to curl up and read a book.
That only works in the regular season, though.
Hey,
well, hold on. Let's just have a regular
conversation. Hold on.
About what he was talking about. Y'all gonna let it go?
Listen, I mean, we're quoting poets this week, you know, in press conferences and shit. You know, Raider Nation has gotten used to losing, and their views of success are very much skewed.
Here, hold on, wait, stop. I feel like I just got put on Fox News. I don't want to do this shit. I don't want to do the Raiders. Don't do that to me. Cause we're gonna be stuck in some kind of political situation.
This is what you asked for, Cory. You wanted this.
I didn't want that.
You wanted this. You came on to the Unfiltered Truth. This is what you asked for.
Okay, here.
I'm gonna give it to you too.
The Unfiltered Truth. I'm not gonna be on no side of no fucking Raider Cody side or Raider Phil side and all it. Cause that's
don't be calling no damn Raider Phil up in there, man. Shit.
I have simply the facts and the unfiltered truth.
Oh, come on, man.
The quarterback ain't going to make a difference when it comes to the playoffs. It's going to be all coaching. And if you run into Belichick or one of the good coaches, you're just not going to win with this team and this coaching staff. Don't matter. Really, it probably doesn't even matter what quarterback he got. That's just how it's going to roll.
And here's where I would disagree with you. And while I disagree with the point you're trying to make, because the coaching staff that we have is so poor, is so incapable, the only chance that they have is that the quarterback is going to make the proper reads and adjustments, because you can't count on the coaching staff, which is what you said and what I 100% agree with.
Yeah. All right. I think we're on the same page.
Damn.
We ain't going far, is what we're saying.
Damn. Well, I'm glad, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad that I kick it on Cloud 9, because it's down here and this motherfucking down to earth real world shit. This shit gloomy, cuz. Fuck this.
Cory sees nothing but gumdrops and lollipops when he's talking about the Raiders.
Rainbows and daisies.
I be knowing on the inside.
His ass.
I be knowing what's in my heart.
Man said in his heart.
In his
heart. But I say different shit out loud, because I be feeling like what I say, I don't know. I feel like when I say bullshit out loud, it's gonna come true.
Listen, make no mistake, I enjoy being proven wrong. I enjoy it when this team goes out It makes me look like a fool. It makes me look like I don't know what I'm talking about. I enjoy it. Said I love it when I say that they can't do something and they go out and they prove me wrong. I love it.
Yeah. He can do it. That's the frustrating part
They
about this
can
whole
do it, and
saga
I
is
know
that
they can do it. The problem is, I also know they won't.
they can't. Yeah.
They can't. They won't.
I think sometimes they can't. I think sometimes they get caught up in game plan that's not good and don't know how to get out of it and just keep on doing the same shit over and over and over again.
I can see that.
There's a lot of bad games that we got tape on that we could all go watch. That's like, why haven't we changed? Why are we doing the stuff that was good over here? Right?
There
On
you
the
go,
stuff
Corey.
when we were beating up on when we were coming back against Miami, when we were beating up on the Philly, when we were beating up on these other teams, like, why can't we go back to that stuff? And we just don't.
Right.
We go run, pass, and that's.
So do you think last week's game was something that was a little, what the fuck is that? Okay.
A lot of people showing a little bit of love. That's all. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what that was.
That's
Do you
comments
think
from the crowd.
something that was kind of fluky, or do you think that's what they're going to do now? They're going to stretch the field with Deshaun Jackson, and they're going to get Zay Jones on the perimeter. Do you think that's going to be the style of football that they're playing now, or do you think that was the game that they played against the Cowboys?
And once a lot of what it's going to come down to is going to be balance and allocation of snaps. Deshaun Jackson is not going to be on the field every play. It's just not going to happen. He's going to have a package of snaps, and when he's out there, you're going to look for him to do one of a couple of things. So that puts, in those particular situations, that puts a different type of pressure on the defense for them to have to be on the lookout for something else.
Absolutely, we want. But what I'm saying is that the style of football that we're playing now, or is that just what happened to happen against the Cowboys? Do you think that they're going to be consistent enough to play that deep ball football now? Whether it's Zay Jones or Deshaun Jackson or Hunter Renfrow or whatever the hell, is that what they're going to do now?
I think they did it. I think they did it because the Cowboys are bad there, and I think that we play reactionary when it comes to our game plans every week in, week out. It's like, oh, let's take advantage of this because they're bad at that. Well, guess what? We're not good at the thing that we're going to take advantage of. So why don't we do what we're good at instead, and see if that works? Fuck, throw it deep every play. Let's go.
They would be better in the spread. Honestly, I think that if they were to come out and go 5 wide against Washington all game long, they would eat them for breakfast.
Yeah, I'm small balling them for breakfast. I don't want that. Go out there, run the ball a little bit, play action, deep shot. I like that football.
We don't play action enough. That's for sure.
And every game
they have success with it. I don't know why you don't do it.
Every team has success with it. Every team that's not great should be running and play actioning all game long. Like, that should be their whole.
Yeah, that'd be something. You feel the motherfuckers to be fucking up a play action. I'd be like, how the hell you even get in the league?
Is 28 playing Sunday?
No, he's on the report.
Questionable.
Okay.
It hadn't made a difference, to be honest with you, Sean. I've seen a lot of bad pass defenses shut the Raiders down when they shouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them. Too many.
And I just asked why.
Maybe that is a coach. Maybe that is. I don't know what it is. I can't say it's coaching because we lost to the Bears.
Yeah. Well, the Bears game was that year, that game, right?
Yeah, I know it was that game.
Yeah.
But then
we were never winning that one. That was terrible. How do you lose to the Giants? What was the other game that we lost at? We should not have lost.
Yeah, the Giants game. Even the Bengals game.
Nah, the Bengals, we got our fucking ass whooped.
Nah,
but we shouldn't have got our ass kicked like that by them.
Yeah.
You should have trashed the Bengals, should have trashed the Giants. multiple times you had receivers open in the end zone by themselves with throwing lanes, and it didn't get converted.
Yeah, he was really bad that game.
That was 100% unavoidably all on Carr. That Giants game was terrible for him and him alone.
This team can't survive him having a bad game, can
No,
No.
they cannot.
This team that's the big argument, about Carr is that it's not necessarily that he's a bad quarterback. It's that he's not good. He's not good enough to do what this team needs.
Yeah.
Because this team is habitually terrible at building a roster, and you need fucking superstars that can fucking get around shit like that, like 12 over there in Green Bay. Like that guy, he's put we could be his receiving core, and he put up 3,500 yards in a season,
Easy.
and
4,000 plus.
yeah, and he'd win, and he'd make the playoffs.
We're all very heavy. Let's not exaggerate. That wouldn't happen.
Yes, it would.
That guy's really
You
good.
seen what he's been working with in the last couple years?
Man, hey,
All right, we have to go on diets for like 3 months.
we can't run 1,000 yards.
Combined, we can.
Somebody need giving up, bro.
Like a relay race.
You know what I'm saying?
Somebody need about to give out,
Like,
bro.
Can we fast walk? Can we fast walk around the track like the little old white ladies?
Little hustle.
Man, let's play like the little old white ladies.
Yeah.
That was funny.
It's a sport.
It is a sport. It's in the Olympics, I think.
That power walking.
The power walking event.
All
I seen a movie with a coupon lady. She used to be a power walker, and she was a scammer. I seen it. Now that I'm talking it out loud, I realize this was a chick flick, 100%.
You sat there and watched every minute of it, didn't you?
He cried.
Every fucking I paused it when I went to the bathroom.
Box of Kleenex right next to him.
No, it was like a funny ladies movie, like Bridesmaids and shit.
Hey, so who'd you watch it with though?
By myself, cuz.
I've been hooking them up. I've been hooking up with the BBWs at the end of our podcast.
Oh,
God.
wow.
He said they're all the DMs.
Please, Meeze, get him. Get him.
Funny, nigga.
He was sitting on her lap.
What'd you say?
So you were sitting on her lap.
What are you talking about? What did I miss? Whose lap?
I said I've been hooking you up with the BBWs.
Oh, come on, man. You still on this shit? Stop. I'm trying to have some shit going on.
We haven't recorded in like 4 weeks, so I gotta get all this pent up. I gotta get all this pent up stuff out.
Hey, I got some shit going on and you fucking it up. Stop.
Hey, all right. Hey, I want to bring up another thing. All right, when we moved to Vegas, everyone was like, all right, we're gonna have world-class facilities, we're gonna have world-class stadium. That's gonna make people want to come to Vegas. Do y'all see that happening? Because I think there's a threshold of if your organization and facilities are at least this good, anything above it probably doesn't matter as much. Like, what y'all think about if we're gonna be getting like bigger names coming in because of our new stadium and all that?
Are you talking about big name like athletes and shit?
Yeah.
Well, I think if the Raiders come out and they do something where they look like a respectable, kind of decent team that may kind of win, I think that would make players would lean a little bit more towards playing in the bright lights of Vegas than they would of going to Cleveland. You know what I'm saying, or going to be a Houston Texan or some shit like that. I do think the facilities and the lights and shit do help the Raiders a little bit. If we can get past all the drama that's going on this year, I think that will maybe attract some free agents that didn't attract before.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, the facilities by themselves, no. Because you're in the NFL now. You're going to get quality facilities everywhere you go since Oakland is no longer there. I mean, we can call it what it is. You're not gonna go to a place that's got a crummy field anymore or hasn't been renovated.
Shares it with a high school.
Right. The only thing that what they need, like what Corey was saying, they need to look like a relevant franchise. That's what's going to get bodies out to Vegas. The sales, the lack of an income tax is going to help out tremendously. Should be a draw, but if they're not going to be able to put together something consistently productive and competitive,
We'll be the
nobody's going
Jaguars.
to. Right.
Ooh.
Yeah, man. I mean, the one thing, like, people bag on Mark Davis, but the one thing, like, I'll say for him is that he's not trying to be the coach. He's not meddling, like, with players and, like, play calls and stuff like that. Like, he hires people, maybe wrongly, to do that for him, but he's not doing it himself. So one of these times when he hires somebody, they're going to hit, right? And that's what's going to take us to, like, where the fans want to go, where I might actually go to every game in the season.
So in the last
Hold on, Phil.
3 years.
So you look. Hold on, Phil. Hold on. So you look at what this for you, Meeze. So you look at what Wes put down here, and this right here is exactly how I feel. But check this out, though. We just got through. We've had Carr and Gruden.
Yeah.
I mean, and we haven't really got people that wanted to come here like that. You can say what you've got, but a lot of this has been bargain basement free agents and not premium guys.
Or over the hill.
Or over the hill. Yeah, over the hill ish.
He still got D-Jack still got a little bit in him, but he ain't got Philly 6 years ago, you know, like that's not him anymore.
No, I mean, but they're not asking him to do that. But if you also spin it and look at it, be like, look at how little how low the bar is set in order for this offense to go. Now you got another dude by the name of Tyrone Johnson who looks like he could step in at any moment and be the younger guy to give you everything that you need. He's running a 4.36, so technically he has the prerequisite speed to fill a positional need at that slot.
Just need the quarterback or head coach.
And if the quarterback that you got isn't inspiring a change, which I would say that all of us are in unanimous agreement on.
Yep.
Then why is that not? If he's this guy that everybody claims that he is.
Yeah. I want to hear a fun fact about the second half of the season.
Yeah.
Or they're gonna wait to tell me, this offseason we're getting Devontae Adams because Carr is gonna recruit him.
Shit.
So that we can pay a 30-year-old receiver $120 million for the next 5-6 years.
It's gonna be Randy Moss all over again.
Ugh.
It's gonna be. Like, that's the thing. Is like people love the name, but no, man, you're supposed to draft the name. Draft the name and turn them into something.
We get to 1K, I tell you what, I might even do it. If we get to 11.
Fuck it, I'd do it.
11.
For
shit. 11, I'll do it.
What the hell is Reaper Chip?
Oh, they're trying to kill us, but by the time we hit 11,000 or 1,100 subscriptions, we'll be monetized. So at least we'll get paid for our misery.
Yeah. So check this out. Fun fact. Within the last 19 games totaled up for the second half of the season, we're 7-12.
Yeah, that's not good.
So Lee, what are you talking about? It's all on the defense, all on the line, the refs, the coaching, play call, the weather.
Well, weather's out. I actually had a theory before we are skid that we might actually be good. That we might actually be good in the second half because we're playing indoors. And boy, that got proved wrong right the fuck away.
Oof.
That shit was rough.
Man, indoors.
This is gonna be a good one. People gonna love it. I'm gonna be bigger than the coin. The
coin said, "Hold my beer."
I know.
Oh, I'm just says these car stands love numbers. I'm just putting some shit together. Fucking hilarious, bro.
The only number that matters is W's and L's, man. I don't give a fuck about that other shit. Well, I don't care. I don't care if it's a team stat. I don't care if it's a team stat, if it's an individual stat, if it's a whatever stat. If you're supposed to be the leader of the team, you're supposed to lead your team to victory, and that's whether you're the coach, whether you're the coach or the quarterback. It don't matter. Those two positions get it. It's been like that since 1922 when the Acme Packers and the fucking Chicago Lions lined up.
The fucking Acme Packers. Holy shit.
Packers.
I'm pretty sure Chicago Lions is not a thing, but I got one of them right.
It sounded good.
The Washington Senators.
You said anything, it would have kept rolling.
It's been like that since leather helmets, man. The coach and the quarterback. That's it. Those are the two guys. That's all that matters.
The one who touches the ball on every play and the one who's telling everybody what to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
It might be unfair. That's the position that you signed up for, man.
53 and 68 are the only numbers that count.
Yep.
Damn.
It's getting better.
The Acme fucking Bears.
Packers.
Packers
shit. God damn.
I think a lot of the teams started in Chicago or around Chicago, Wisconsin.
Chicago, New York, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Philly. So
short bus rides.
Put this shit together.
I'm sure you guys covered a lot of this, but I look at the injury report for Washington, and to me it just screams, close the deal, take advantage. This is a wounded prey. And I sincerely do hope that the team comes out and they takes care of business. But history has shown us that this is another one of those games where you look at it and you wonder, you think there's no possible conceivable way that they would ever fuck this up and go out there and promptly do just that.
This game is exactly how I felt about the Dolphin game, and then they gave them 10 points, just spotted them 10 points right off the bat. And we ended up winning, but we could have lost that game too. And so we got to jump out. You don't even have to be I don't think we're that good, but I know we're way fucking better than Washington is. So you got to just got to get up on them and fucking put the gas down, and don't give them a reason to hope.
And don't let off. That's right.
Don't let off.
Get on them early. Makes the best thing you could possibly do. Yeah, the best thing you could possibly do is take this game out of Antonio Gibson's off his shoulders and legs.
Yep, don't let him be the one to beat you.
He ain't gonna have his number two. McKissick's out.
No,
make Heineke.
Make Heineke's arm beat you. Put three guys on McLaurin if you have to.
Yeah, but are we gonna do it?
That's the question. That's the big fucking question. Are we going to do it? Or are we just going to sit here and just say, we still got a couple more games, but we can probably do this next week. I don't want to hear that shit. I really don't.
If everyone that's listening, don't worry about playoff scenarios. Don't worry about who needs to lose this week and who needs to win this week for us to have a better. It is way too fucking early. The Raiders need to fucking win. That's the only team that matters. And if they're not doing the job, the rest of it don't fucking matter.
Nope.
At all.
Said you shouldn't be crunching numbers in playoff scenarios at least till week 14 or 15.
You got win 2 straight right here.
Yeah, you got to win. You got to win at least 3 straight to have a chance.
Yep. Everybody's like, "Oh no, we can do it." After that Thursday night game, we definitely got no. One game at a fucking time.
For me, my thing has always been, even if we did the playoffs, then what? What are we gonna do?
Right?
He's gonna fucking fold up, start crying on the field.
Hey man, somebody gotta do it. Somebody gonna cry. It's okay. How did that ass whooping make you feel? Are you angry? You gonna do something about it? Cause you would have thought after getting your ass beat against the Chiefs, you come back out and do something about it.
Yeah. Against a team you should be beating.
Exactly. Right. So
or could be beating, I guess.
Um, here's a question for you, me. So there have been reports that Jacobs is kind of gimpy because of his knee. So you think the Raiders are going to miss a beat if Drake has to start and play the entire game, getting the majority, all of the carries, not the majority?
I mean, yes and no. Watching Jacobs, you see like when he's going between the guard and tackle, and he just does like this little bounce move where he gets outside of the tackle. It's like watching like any of the top backs I've ever watched. Like it's just fast, and he's out there in space, and now he's doing his thing, right? But
Mm-hmm.
then at other times, it's just running into the back of his lineman, and it's frustrating. I don't know enough about it to say, is it the line? Is it the scheme? Is it should we
Or
be doing
maybe it might be his vision.
or maybe, but then you see him when he does get the right read, he's out of there, right?
Yeah.
So, and I don't know. I think on his best day, yeah, it's going to be worse than with Drake than it would be with Jacobs, but we haven't really seen his best day, so I think it probably won't be that much different, to be honest, and that's kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But also,
I was going to say,
don't draft running backs in the first round, please, ever again. Thank you.
or at least draft a starting running backs, not a guy who's split in time.
Yeah.
That would probably be where I started, with a guy who's proven that his body can handle a workload.
Yeah.
But statistically speaking, Drake is averaging more per yard, more yards per carry than Jacobs is. His difference has been he just hasn't gotten the rock. Um, what I see, the difference between the two of them is that I believe Drake's vision, like Phil said, is better. He sees the hole better, and he's getting through them a lot quicker. Whereas Jacobs looks to bounce out. The one run that I will say that he hit the hole the way it was supposed to, hard and fast, was the 20-yard run that he broke off,
Yeah.
where
Right up the
it was
middle.
like, holy shit, he might actually take this one to the house.
Yep.
Because he busted it up the middle the way that it was supposed to be blocked. This line has not been as shitty as everybody likes to try to say that they have been.
But
And
it's been bad.
First half was bad.
The first half was bad, but they've gotten better as a whole. Is it where you want it to be? No, obviously it's not. You'd want it to be 60 minutes of straight domination and more. But in terms of what you're getting, they're getting a push. They're moving the pile. They're keeping guys off Carr's ass. They're giving him time. A lot. They're not the reason that they're having these deficits as long as they manage to stay in their stances until the ball is snapped.
That's part of the problem, because now you go from a possible run or pass to a definite pass, and now the defense knows exactly what to do against you. And part of that's on the coaching too, because the coaching, I feel like they don't set up their plays the way that I watch other teams set up their plays. Even if they go run pass, the run pass on other teams is setting something else up, and then the Raiders never get there, right? And that's hella frustrating about them.
So you gotta. One thing I've always tried to do, I try to listen in what adjustments are being made pre-snap. Not like just happen to be audibles, but what's that line adjustment that's being made? Because you're gonna hear it. Who's calling out the line adjustments?
Right.
It hasn't been Andre James. I'm hearing Derek Carr's voice
On the line adjustments.
I shouldn't. Granted, you can have a quarterback call it, because this was stated before. I mean, you go back with like folks that were coming at Justin Fields when he got knocked the fuck out on that play during preseason. But yeah, in general, a quarterback can call out an O-line adjustment to tell them, hey, we need to shift over here. We need to shift protection to the right side. And the times when I see this stuff, I'm like, I don't think he knows what the fuck he's really calling on that. So the games that he stopped doing that, that's when I started noticing the running game started changing. There was a big shift. So you need to just go on and give Andre James that opportunity. Like, let's stick with what I'm seeing. Because I think what's happened, I think Andre's already saying something right now, but Carr sees that little disguise blitz that has been killing him, and it throws off everybody. It just throws the whole old line off sync. They're like, hold on. We were going this way. Now you want us going that way now on this play? You want me to go in?
I'm also not going to say that Andre James probably didn't know what was going on at first, and that's why you.
No, I'm not saying. No, I'm not saying that. I think he knew what was going on. When you look, being a guy under Tom Cable, you're not going to look like that pretty butterfly coming out. You're going to look a little rugged, but you're going to end up getting back on that Harley and just riding through. You're going to end up getting successful. You're going to get on track. He had to stay close to Hudson and Cable when it came to line adjustments at every practice, even at camp and before games. So I know Andre James, he's not slow. He knows what the fuck he's doing.
I'm not sold on that because we saw how he came out. He was the worst center for like 3 or 4 straight weeks.
Well, they had already listed his ass.
And he's picking it up now, but like I wouldn't say that.
But again,
that he takes no fault. I don't know that he knows all the stuff. I don't.
Again, so this is where I'm coming back at it. All of a sudden, you want them to run a zone blocking scheme where the last 2 years they had been running more power. It had never been straight 100%. Oh yeah, we're just going to go with the zone block steps. No. Let them run power. When they ran power. Now, him being in zone blocking, it's like, yeah, he lacks power in that. When it came to power run, I'm like, okay, so you can't do zone blocking but when I see power run, you know what the fuck to do. You'll clear a hole. Cause I even seen Jacobs run right through that shit. Clear as day. You're doing too much dancing with that fucking zone blocking. I always hated that shit.
Yeah,
but
man on man. That's what they accept.
Half blocking for Andre James. When they switched everything up, I mean, it's been good. You know, if you're that big on like pro football focus with the numbers and stats, if you want to project anything by the end of this year, he should finish with about maybe a 67. But yeah, I will definitely admit that first half of the season with him at center, I was like, oof, what the hell is going on?
I don't even know how he won some of those games.
Yeah, it was ugly. It was ugly. Definitely, like, get him out of there.
It was like, get that son of a bitch out of there. Get him out of there.
Looking for the Sandman with the cane from the Apollo.
But but you know who be getting me lately, man? Simpson. Simpson, like, he'll have some of those good games, and then when he has a bad game, I mean, it's a bad one. Like, he just got bull rushed. Like,
he had a bad game. The last game when what's his name swung on him after the game.
To the Cowboys.
Yeah. Or was he getting in that dude's ass the whole game?
So that's what I'm saying. That was a good game. He was abusing him. Go back and look at all 22 for that game. He's dominating kid. I mean, he didn't put dude on his ass about maybe 6 times in that game. Pass blocking, he just bullied him. He assaulted him. I don't know if he called Simpson a bitch. He said he gonna F his girl or something. But Simpson dogged the living hell out of him.
So much so he had to try to get a cheap one after the game. Huh?
Basically, Simpson really got in this man's head. I don't know. He said he must have said some incognito shit.
Let's do it again.
Wow. Incognito might have got up. I put it like this. Even though we don't have incognito on the field, maybe incognito needs to go on and help on that coaching staff for the O-line. Build some fucking toughness out of these guys. You can still play smart and still have that damn toughness and tenacity that you saw out of incognito. You need to get rough as shit with some of these guys. You can't be playing patty cake with some of these D linemen in the league. Shit.
The inconsistency is the problem. It's always it's going to be the thing all year long. Is, man, this guy looked great last week, and then next week he looks out there like he's a rookie and never played it down before in his life, and then everyone's like, well, wait, what the fuck just happened? Like, we were rolling last week. Why isn't it translating to the next week?
No.
That's what bad teams do. This is how bad teams play. And that's just at the end of the day, that's what it is. And it sucks. It sucks for us as fans, but our team's just not good enough to be. I mean, realistically, we should have another 2 wins easily. If all we did was just play regular football, basics, fundamentals, run, block, tackle, catch. Like, we should have 2 more wins on our record, and we don't because we're just not that good. So, playoffs, fuck it. If we make it, we make it. It'll be fun, but we ain't going nowhere with it. I'll tell you that much.
All I can say is this: you just got to focus on what's ahead of you. And a lot of folks like to go back and say, "Well, back in this ain't 2016, bro."
And even 2016 wasn't that good.
Yeah.
In 2016, the opposite of what's happening this year happened then. We were like 5-1, but we could have been 0-6, hella easy, because they had that. That play in the Saints, like just a bunch of plays. It literally one play a game, like, and we won it. We happened to win that one play, and that's what gave us the edge at the end of the day. And you can't play football like that. You can't expect to do that in the AFC Championship, because
no, you can't.
You're gonna get blown out. You're gonna get blown out of the stadium trying to do that bullshit.
Destroyed. Like, how many times have you ever seen 5 untimed downs at the end of a football game?
Yeah.
One thing we gotta, if they get the opportunity this weekend, they gotta get better success on 3rd down.
Yeah. It's not hard to do.
That comes on 1st and 2nd.
Yeah, they are so bad on 3rd downs that any type of success, and I do mean any, would be an improvement. That's how bad it's been on 3rd and 4th downs. And then you want to talk about the red zone. It's gotten so bad in the red zone that you turn into your backup quarterback to get you across the goal line.
Yeah.
That's second.
The plays.
And that's the smart decision. That's the smart decision. Not just that you're going to them. That's the better decision is to go to them, because you guys not getting it done inside the 20.
I don't know. Look. I'm hard on Carr, but, man, I watched those plays. They're not designed to get anybody open, because ain't nobody getting open on any of those plays. So you could have fucking Brady back there. He's not completing them passes either, because everyone is draped. And it's annoying that, like, why don't we just steal plays from other teams? Run those picks. Everyone does them. Yeah. Run them. Do the play actions. Let your tight end block a little bit, and then have him turn around the end zone. I see that. I see linemen getting those catches. Like, just do all the simple shit that you see every other team doing, and we just never do it.
No, I mean
they just copy everything down wrong. That's when they go to try to do some of that stuff that everybody else is doing. they find a way to balls it up and not execute it.
Yeah.
Nah. You got.
Are you still doing math over there, Phil?
Nah.
You
6
know,
games left right here.
probably halfway through his crossword puzzle.
Just doing the old guy like mathematics over here. Just trying to figure out if somebody's about to repeat the same shit.
You got your abacus out.
Yeah. Looking through the matrix, looking at the damn algorithms and shit. I'll be damned. He might just, yeah. Whew. We'll see Sunday. I'm going to keep, I put it like this. Sunday, if he goes 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, sacked, damn, he would actually be on pace with that. Okay. Hopefully he doesn't. But I'm looking at this defense going back with Washington on Sunday. Run the slant. Run crossing routes. That's how you gash them. That's how you destroy Jack Del Rio's secondary. Like I'm literally looking. Huh?
They don't run slants on this team. You know, everybody will talk about how your wide receivers aren't getting any
Man,
separation.
it is right. It's literally right there. The way he has the linebackers sit out in coverage, they're literally definition of they like to come up and play within like 3 yards. You run like, I say you start off with a couple like crossing routes. You're gonna destroy that middle of the field.
Mm-hmm.
That is the weak link. You know how we had that weakest link of the middle of the field for the past couple of years? It's the same thing.
That's been one of 2 holes in Del Rio's defense. That in the deep halves that he plays them in. But the main issue with that is that we routinely get receivers open in that little happy zone about 5 to 15 yards in between the hashes, and those guys rarely get the ball unless it's Hunter Renfrow.
So if Derek Carr wants to have success in this game, like I said, if you do run the slot, have the slot run the slant from the right side to get across to the left side of the field, you're going to have success. So I'm really doing fucking probability and outcomes on this shit. Jesus Christ, man. Fuck.
This man is going to the extra lengths for you all. Look at him. He's out here doing math.
All right, then we'll get out of here.
I'll end it with this. If he comes out aggressive, they win that game. That's it. That's what it basically is. If Derek Carr decides to come out aggressive on offense, they win that game. That's it.
We're winning. Calling it. I might even put some money down.
I put it like this. I feel confident right now. Raiders beat Washington 31. I give it this 31-20. Heineke gets too hyped up and throws a pick.
I got 28-17.
I'm going to go 36-30.
36
shootout.
Because every game the Raiders put up big points on offense. Somehow down the stretch, the defense gives up a monumental quarter, and
Well, we
it becomes
get conservative on defense too. We've been talking about the offense this whole time, but we stopped.
Yeah.
You'll see in the middle of the third
prevent.
quarter.
Yeah.
We get in the middle of the third quarter. We ain't got no pressure on the quarterback, and he's just
Not
sitting
at
back
all.
there like Statue of Liberty.
waiting and waiting and waiting, and a lot of that, and then that comes with some issues with itself. What do you do with Jonathan Abram? I saw that they brought in a safety. At what point do you give Diablo a shot? At what point do you look to see what he's got? And if KJ Wright is not giving you anything, how about slide Abram into outside linebacker just to see? I mean, that's the only real area you would want him to have to cover, be responsible for.
Yeah.
I mean, KJ Wright was all right the last couple of games that I saw when he came in to cover the flats, but heading back into like a cover 3, if he's dropping back further, he's exposed. But really, shit. The defense, I sweeten this shit. With 24-20, Heineke thinks he's about to score and end the fucking game on us.
And pick 6.
Pick 6.
Ooh.
You know who I'm gonna give the pick 6 to?
Abrams.
Nah.
Phylon.
Oh, I would love it. Phylon's my guy, bro.
He's gonna give it to Levitt. I know he's giving it to Levitt.
Nah.
Phylon is a straight goon, bro. That's who they need to get back and to get eaten with Max.
I'm gonna blow everybody's mind with this shit.
The rookie.
No. Farrell.
Yeah. I'm blocking you on Twitter. I don't want to hear none of your shit.
Like, honestly,
None of your shit.
Big ass build up over here for you to say something that's silly.
Hey,
now, I actually think this is probably, if you'd have hit me with this one, I'd have been all for it.
Nah, I'm telling you, it's
fucking.
Nah, fuck man. I had to get y'all of that one, but no, real talk. The guy that I have getting the picks in this game
on a show by show basis, motherfucker over here talking about Farrell gonna get a game winning pick.
Yeah.
One of us said his guy. One of us said his actual guy.
This motherfucker can't get 6 plays on the field, but all of a sudden one of them is gonna be for a pick 6, a game winning.
That'd be the funny. Hey, brother.
1 point for every snap that he's been on the field.
That'd be the funniest. I'll tell you this. That'd be the funniest shit ever. I'd be like, what the fuck? That's all you can just say and look at it. Like, we won the game, but you're like, what the fuck this shit been for like the past 2 years? But no, really, for my guy getting the pick 6, I'm gonna give that shit to Denzel Perryman, bro. Perryman he been just fucking shit up. He just been rocking the middle. I've got Denzel Perryman pick 6 in the game, and he's gonna drop a big fuck you.
The Legion Leap.
I think you might have had a better shot with Littleton, but Perriman's pass coverage is awful, bro. When I say awful, that's really being generous. Like,
because I'm gonna just write out the scenario. He's gonna try to throw to his backup running back. It tips off his hands. Perriman grabs that shit and runs it back.
Don't be wrong.
Yup.
You know what? If you can show me that bet at Vegas, I'll put $20 on it.
If that shit, imagine if that shit happened. Y'all be like, what?
That's why I said that. I wish I had put 100 on it. Is what'll happen.
I'll be like, fuck the coin.
But I just not gonna give away money.
It'll be Phil the Saint.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna get up out of here.
Yeah, we've been running. Damn, 1 hour, 30 minutes. God dang, man, shit.
Yeah, this is like double what me and Corey do.
I know, right? Shit.
Getting warmed up. It's
Lee.
I'll check y'all out later.
All right. Other than that, I'm tired as hell. I hope we can win this game. Hope we have some success. As always, subscribe
Like-
to the Unfiltered Truth. Help us get to 1K so we can make some bread. Because we got to eat. We got to eat.
Gotta eat.
As always, this is my co-host, my comrade, my brother from another, Phil Robinson. I'm Phil Jones. That was Big Meeze, who used to be a kickboxer. And I think Cory ran to Crispy Chicken. That's the Unfiltered Truth. We out.
Spokesman.
Y'all take care. God bless. Enjoy your evening and enjoy your weekend. All right? We out.